Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Daddy Cliff here. Today I am taking you back to South Korea where another opportunity has come up. Yesterday the POSCO Asia Fellowship Scholarship ended, and today another opportunity has come up at Seoul National University. But you might equally want to click the link up there for Gwangju Institute of Science and Technology. They equally have graduate scholarships for those who really want to study in South Korea. That is where you have to click on that subscribe button, because this channel provides a lot of opportunities for those who are South Korean dreamers, those who really feel like they want to study in South Korea. I do provide opportunities to study in South Korea as somebody who did his master and PhD in South Korea. So I think I have a bit of experience about how the educational system in South Korea function, so I might be of help. And also in this channel there are other scholarship opportunities to study either in the United States, Canada, Europe, Australia and New Zealand. So you might want to subscribe so that when those opportunities come up, you will be informed by turning on the notification bell, so that whenever I upload such videos, you will not miss out on them. That being said, today we are talking about Seoul National University. They have launched their spring 2024 graduate admission for international students, as well as their spring 2024 undergraduate admission for international students. But the problem here is that the scholarships are mostly for graduate students. That does not mean undergraduate students, those who want to study their bachelor's degree in South Korea, cannot get a scholarship. But the problem is that for you to get an undergraduate scholarship, you need a certain level of Korean language, at least, let's say, from minimum level 4 going upward, 5, 6. Yeah. So if you really feel like you want to study, do your undergraduate in South Korea, start thinking about learning Korean language. It is the same thing in most other countries, especially in countries that do not have English as their official language. Even in the United States and some countries, they might require you to provide IELTS, apart from the fact that because of COVID these days they've kind of waived those conditions. Now in this video we'll look at the application dates and deadline, the types of application, because there are two types of application, the international one and international two. We'll look at the difference, and then the scholarship types that are available, and lastly we'll look at documents that you'd have to provide. Now this is the 2024 spring graduate admission guide for international students at Seoul National University, Seoul Daehakyo. Here you have the table of content, and it states here international 1, international 2. The first thing that we'll look at is the dates or timelines. It is very important for you to take into account the different dates, because this university is a very popular university. It is among the top of universities in South Korea, and the number of students that usually apply to this university are way too many, which is why in most cases you would find their admission is like in a period of just 1 or 2 weeks, or maybe just days, like is the case with this one. So here it says online application will start from Monday, July 3rd, 2023 at 10 a.m. Korean time to Friday, July 7, 2023 at 5 p.m. Korean time. 4 days of application, which means if you have not yet started preparing your documents, you have to start preparing your documents, most especially the documents that do take too much time, like authentication of documents or notarization of documents. You should start thinking about notarizing your documents. And then you would have to apply online, which means you would have to authenticate the documents, fill out the different application forms, and then upload them online. It is only after you must have passed the screening phase that you would have to send the hard copies. It is very important that you take into account that information. And then there is an application fee of 90,000 Korean won. That is slightly below $90, and it is compulsory. You must pay it. It is only after you would have paid this money that your online application will be considered as complete. Then there are two types of admission, 1 and 2. I'll talk about it. If you select 1, you cannot modify it to 2 once you have paid the application fee, and then you provide other documents. We'll talk about them. And then here, online submission of recommendation letter is from the 3rd of July right up to the 10th of July 2023. Timeline 5 p.m. Korean time. You have to make sure you start talking to those who recommend you now. Start running behind your professors. Do not wait for the online application to start before you run after them. Start informing them so that they will get themselves ready. Provide the documents to them so that they will get used to the documents and brainstorm over it and think about what they will write that will help you succeed in this scholarship. Submission of portfolio. It is very important that you know that some departments or colleges will require you to submit portfolio, and that will be from the 3rd of July right up to the 7th of July. Time 5 p.m. Preliminary admission decisions will be available online from the 13th of October at 5 p.m. Once you have passed the preliminary phase, which can be checked online on this website, you would have to submit the originals, that is the hard copies, that is your notarized degrees and transcripts and every other document that is necessary for the application. You would have to send the hard copy from the 13th of October right up to the 3rd of November 2023 at 5 p.m. Korean time. And then final decision on the scholarship and admission will be from the 24th of November after 5 p.m. Korean time. And then it is also very important for me to state here that in some department they would require you to write Korean language test. They will conduct a Korean language test, and that is to be announced. That is why it says TBA. So when applying, make sure you take into account the fact that you are not applying for a program that will require you to take a Korean language test online, because they might want to test your level of Korean language proficiency before they give you the admission. Number 2, let's look at International 1 and 2. What does it mean? Number 2 says eligibility and requirements. International 1, neither the applicant nor the applicant's parents are Korean. So if you are applying for International 1, make sure you are not Korean, your parents are not Korean, and then make sure you meet all the requirements for admission on or by the 29th of February 2024. Level of education. If you are applying for a master's degree, make sure you have a bachelor's degree or higher. If you are applying for a combined, make sure you have a bachelor's degree. That's if you are applying for master's or doctoral degree. If you are applying for a doctoral degree, make sure you have a master's degree or higher. It is very important that you take into account that. And then remember that you would have to provide a document to prove your nationality. You can either use your parents' passport. It should not be an expired passport. Also, if you were a Korean and then you have not yet renounced your Korean citizenship and you want to apply for this scholarship, make sure you renounce it by the 7th of July 2023. And then another important information about International 1 is that if you did your degree, let's say your undergraduate, if you want to do a master's degree in South Korea, you are eligible for International 1. You will not be eligible for International 2 because there are certain documents like entry and re-entry permits that might be difficult for you to provide to apply for International 2. So it is advised that if your parents are not Korean and then you did your degree, be it master or bachelor's degree in South Korea, you apply for International 1, and you cannot change your type of application once you've paid the application fee. Now let's look at International 2. It says applicants who completed the entire curriculum abroad. Here it is for those who did not study in South Korea or in their home country. Let's say you come from India and maybe did your bachelor's degree in Pakistan, you are then eligible for International 2. Let's say you come from the United States and then did your bachelor's degree in Britain or Canada, you will be eligible for International 2 because you did not do your bachelor's degree or master's degree in your home country. You did it in another country. You did not equally do it in South Korea. Actually, for those who studied in South Korea, they can apply for this scholarship, but as it says here on this note, foreigners who meet the eligibility requirement for International 1 are recommended to apply for International 1 admission. Foreigners residing outside Korea may find it difficult to obtain mandatory documents from International 2 admission, such as a certificate of entry and exit. That is why when applying, you have to be careful when selecting the type of application, and you cannot change your type of application once you've paid the application fee. Now let's look at the different types of scholarships that are available. There are two types. The first one is the Graduate Scholarship for Excellent Foreign Student. Who is eligible? International Admission Applicant 1. Scholarship detail: they'll provide full tuition fee for up to 4 semesters and a monthly stipend of at least 500,000 Korean won. It's supposed to be per month. The amount and duration of the stipend may vary depending on the school and college. It is important for me to state here that somebody who might be studying international business might have a monthly stipend that is different from somebody who is studying engineer. So it all depends on the college or the school, but the minimum is going to be 500,000 Korean won, which is slightly less than $500. And then the second type of scholarship is the SNU President Fellowship Program. Eligibility: International Admission 1 applicants who are faculty member of a major university in a developing country without a PhD. You must be working for a university. You must be a faculty member of a major university in a developing country. This is mostly the dark list of countries. If you know your country is a developing country and you work for a major university, then you will be eligible for this scholarship. And it says only PhD program applicants are eligible to apply for this SNU President Fellowship Program scholarship. Details: scholarship details: full tuition fee for up to 6 semesters, monthly stipend ranging from 1,500,000 Korean won to 2 million Korean won for 2 to 3 years. They'll provide you round-trip airfare, Korean language training, and national health insurance coverage, as well as childcare support in case you decide to take your family to South Korea. Now let's look at the different documents that will be required for application. As it is stated here, it should be written either in Korean or in English within the application period. There is an application form which is attached to this application guideline. If you want us to fill out that application form, if you want us to do a tutorial, please comment down in the comment section and we will do a tutorial just like we did with POSCO Asia, we've done with KAIST Korea, and we will probably do it with Gwangju Institute of Science and Technology, also in South Korea. You provide a personal statement. It would have to be at least 600 English words or 1,500 Korean characters. They say applicants for the following departments must write in Korean language. So you have to take into account all of that. And then you would equally have to provide 2 letters of recommendation. It is important for me to state here that you would provide the emails of your recommenders, and then they will send them an email request asking them to recommend you for the scholarship. You need to start talking to them, give them the application form so that they should look at it, they can fill it out and then upload it when the time comes. The next document is going to be language proficiency. It is important for me to state here that you do not need to provide any of the official standardized tests, let's say from SAT, IELTS, TOEFL. If you did your bachelor's or master's degree in Korean or English, you can submit an official document confirming that the medium of instruction was in English. They say there's no designated format, so it's okay for you to go to your school and ask them to write a letter, a document proving that you did your bachelor or master's degree in English. Korean proficiency, it is important for you to read this. You need level 6 for College of Business Administration, interdisciplinary programs in arts management, College of Fine Arts, level 5 for craft and design, right down to College of Fine Arts. It is very important that you take note that if you're applying to study any of those majors, you need level 5 of 6 of topic test of Korean language proficiency. People usually ask me, is topic very important? Topic very important. Yes, topic is important. It gives you an edge. If you have topic, for example, if you want to do an undergraduate degree in Korea, start learning Korean language and take the online test of Korean language proficiency. If you can get level 4 or 5 or 6, the higher the better. If you have level 6, you have a 100% scholarship to go and study in South Korea, be it at undergraduate or master's level. If you apply to any of the universities in South Korea, it will give you the scholarship. Topic will give you the scholarship. This is because if you take an English language program, let's say you are doing a master's degree, in class you learn in English. Once you step out of classroom, you meet Korean people and you have to talk to them in Korean language, which means Korean language is very important for your daily living in South Korea. For those who always ask me, don't take it as an excuse, be it for any English standardized test, be it IELTS, TOEFL. If you want to apply to any university in the United States, if you have the time, get those test certificates, keep them and apply with them. They would always give you an edge. Also, there is this certificate of expected graduation. If you know that you would graduate maybe in January or February next year, you should provide a document stating the date of graduation. It is very important. It is going to be the same thing for bachelor's or master's degree. If you are still undergoing your bachelor's degree or your master's degree, you have to provide a document that proves that you are in the process of completing your degree. The same thing holds for your transcripts. Certificate of nationality, you have to provide a passport of your parents indicating their nationality to prove that they are not Koreans. It is very important. You have to read all of this information and understand it. I don't want to spend too much time. It will make the video to be very long. And then there's also the document of exit and entry. It is very important that you read it and also understand. It falls under the type of application, be it international one or international two. And most importantly, portfolios. Some departments require you to provide portfolios. So when applying, make sure you're not applying to a department that will require you to provide them with a portfolio. It is very important. Portfolios count a lot in most programs. That being said, I think we should end the video here. You should go through the application guideline. I always tell people that they fail to apply to any university and succeed in South Korea because they do not take the time to read the application guideline. Know that you would have to authenticate your documents, your bachelor's degree, your master's degree, your transcript, and also if some of your documents are not in Korean or English, you will have to go to the Korean consulate or embassy to authenticate them or notarize them. It is very important that you take into account all of that information. Read the application guideline and everything will be well with you if you follow the application guideline and respect what is written in the application guideline. That being said, I am going to end the video here and I will see you in the next one. Do not forget to subscribe. Bye bye. 안녕히 계세요.